Good morning, guys. Welcome back. I hope you guys had a nice weekend. It's time to work now. Let's hope we can have a nice weekend and we'll make a lot of pips. Welcome all. Let's see what we have today. I see that we had a lot of movement last night. Lots of movement last night. I don't know what happened, but some crazy moves. Thank you. It wasn't bad. Good weekend. Nothing special. Okay, so let's start with UJ first. Let's take a look with UJ. Now it's gonna start with the daily, because daily is always the most important time frame, and we don't want to be in the opposite of daily says. So we go on the daily, and what do we see? We see that we have big resistance here. Now what do we need here? What do we need for taking a trade here? Now on the day you can see that all these candles are closing below this level, 107.700, 800. Now we need to close above, but since the daily has just opened, and what can we do here is we're gonna wait for a 4-hour candle to close above this level, because once we have a 4-hour candle, then we can be way more comfortable taking a trade here. Now once we close above, a retest and continuation, but we must close on the 4-hour above this level. Now let's go on the 4-hour and see what do we have, because our zones should match with each other. Now we go on the 4-hour, and you can see that the zone that I drew on the daily, it matches with the 4-hour. It's only a slight difference on where candles are close, so that's only about 10 pips difference, not more than that. So for me on UJ, I would wait for this resistance to break. You see this, which one I'm pointing at? So I would wait for this to break, a retest and continuation. That's what I think would be the best for UJ. Once we have a clean break above this level, then we can think about buys. But you have to remember that this is a daily resistance, and it's very strong resistance. You have to be careful. So we need a strong 4-hour breakout above. Once it breaks, then we can see what we can do. But for now it's nothing here. There's no trade here for now, so we have to wait. Let's take a look at the 1-hour. So 1-hour is at resistance. You can see how it got rejected. Now we have to wait. UJ, there's no trade on UJ. Okay, let's take a look at GJ. Now GJ, last week what we said was we were rating okay, this is GBP/USD. So we were waiting for this support to break, and you can see lots of rejections, no breakout, which means there was no trade, because some of you were trying to take it at this level. But as you can see, lots of rejections, no breakout. Price went all the way up, closed above, so broke this minor zone, made a retest and continuation. Now what can we expect here is maybe a retest of this zone to continue up. That can be an option too, but I think I would need maybe more a better support created, even though it was pretty nice, respected once, twice. We had a lot of rejections. You can see here, once this candle closed below, made a retest, went all the way down, another rejections, two other rejections, so this may be the retest to continue to fill this range. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Maybe if it comes lower, could take some buys, but I think we missed already. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait and see. Let's check. First, we're just gonna go through. We're gonna go through pairs and see what we have. Then we can decide which one we wanna stay in and look for a trade. But for now, we'll have to wait and see. Now GJ. Okay, GJ. Yeah, so we have resistance here, and right now a break and retest is happening, right? But first, let's go to higher time frames to see what we have, and also we have to look on the left. Where is price coming from? Now we can see that we have a small resistance here. We have a few rejections that is indicating us that we have a zone. One rejection, two, three. So we have some rejections. But where did this candle came from? Let's take a look now. Now we see that price first looks like already did the move first. Even though that's not the whole move, it's only like 10 pips. Let me check the range here. Yeah, like 10-12 pips move to the upside. But we go and see where is this coming from. If we have another resistance here, which may cause us a loss here, probably, because first we had also these wicks rejected from that level. Now we go to the 1 hour. We see that we have some kind of resistance here. We do have based on this. So first you can see we have rejections here. Then we had this bearish candle that closed below, made a retest and went all the way down. We had this break and retest too from the same level here. We had this break and retest too. Another rejection, another rejection. Once we closed above, made a retest, support formed all the way up. Lots of rejections. Now you can see the white line is where price is rejecting right now. And we can see that we have a rejection. So for me, I wouldn't take this. You see, it's still on this 4 hour resistance. I think I'm gonna stay away from GJ for now. I don't think I'm gonna take anything. it's still below this. I don't think it's sure to take it. Yeah, so the best on GJ maybe was this breakout here, but even though we didn't have a retest at all, there was no retest, just straight to the upside. We had some kind of break and retest at this level too, at 134.400, but like I said, I don't trade Asian sessions, so we'll have to see. Okay, Anthony, see you. Have a nice day. We're just getting started here. Now I think for GJ there's not much going on. I think you should stay away. Even though, see, GU's looks way better, I think. But just the thing is that we missed the entry here. We missed the entry. Now, if it comes again, that will be like second retest, and it already made like 10 pips move. Yeah, already 10 pips, so coming lower would be risky to take. And though we have this clean range to fill on GU. If we would be here just 5 minutes earlier, then we would have a chance, but for now I think there's no chance. Gonna have to wait and see. We have plenty of other pairs. I'm gonna take a look. Euro New Zealand. Euro New Zealand. So Euro New Zealand still consolidating. You can see this little consolidation box here created. Now, like we said last week, this is a very strong support. It's on the daily. It's a daily level. See on the left. Now, why is this so strong? Because look at the move it made after it got rejected. 500 pips. So just based on that, you see that this is a strong level that's gonna have problems to break it. Now, what do we have here? What can we do? Since the daily's pretty bearish, I think we are still on a bearish trend. Once we break support, it would make more sense for us. So if we break below this, I think would be way better than going up and breaking to the upside. Why? Because of course trading the trend is way better, but sometimes you don't have much going on, and we take trades against the trend, which it's not that risky, because it's not that we're waiting for hundreds of pips, 10-20 pips for us wouldn't change anything on the market. So yeah, maybe if we get a break and retest of this zone, break and retest, we have a good range to fill. I mean, like 20-30 pips wouldn't change anything big, so we'll have to wait and see. It's already the second time rejecting, and also the first time, so 3 tries to break above, no success. Now we have a lot of rejection down there. I think Friday was only consolidation on most of the pairs. Nothing happened, so we'll have to wait and see. If we break below, I think we can have a nice 10-20 quick pips, so we'll have to wait and see. For now, it's still in this consolidation box, so there's no trade. As long as it stays here, there's no trade. Now let's see, let's go to another pair, see what's happening. USD Cad. Okay, USD Cad broke the consolidation box and we didn't take it, so looks like we missed a trade last night. Yeah, we missed the trade. What can I do? It's not much we can do now on USD Cad. So first of all, we have the support here, and if we want a second retest, maybe on the 4-hour, if we want a second retest here on USD Cad, price shouldn't go to the next zone without making the retest, because the trade wouldn't be valid anymore. So if price stays around here, makes another retest to continue down, would be way better, because if price now goes all the way down and then rejects from this, comes for retest, that wouldn't be safe for us, because rejecting from a major zone would cause a fake out, and chances of being a fake out would be much higher. So what I would hope here is price would stay around here for a while, make another retest to continue down. So wait and see. Okay, so like I said, for USD CAD, until then there's no trade. Gonna have to wait and see. We missed it. This was an epic trade. We waited like all week, but still missed it. Reason is because I don't trade Asian, so I didn't even look at the market when it opened. But let's move on. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar went pretty nice. So respected our zone. But first let's clean this chart and let's go to daily. Okay, so daily level is around here. Now we can't use lines for the daily because daily wicks are too big. So we use zones, but when we want to take a trade, we go on the lower time frame because lower time frames will make us more simple. Now on the daily we have this resistance, and we go on the 4-hour, we have almost the same. But you can see that it's a slight difference between the daily and the 4-hour. So we move this on the 4-hour and it's a bit higher than the daily. Now the safest setup would be here. If this closes above, we need this candle to close above this resistance. Once it does, a retest and continuation to fill this range will be the best. But for now, we have to wait. Let's see. Even if the 1 hour is a break, we'll take it. So I think it's pretty good breakout because we have at least like more than 10 pips breakout, which is very good. Yes, it's not a break yet until the candle closes, so we have to wait. Even though the 1 hour looks like already made the retest, the break and retest. I hope we didn't miss this. So wait and see for another retest if it does come. Yeah, this could be the move. Let's see. If price comes all the way down here, that would be very risky because a rejection like that, you could say that it's a second retest, but on the 4 hour would be just a rejection. Where did you learn? I learned by myself, practicing, testing things, lots of different things, trading with other traders. But like I didn't have a mentor, so can't say this guy teach me or that guy. I learned most of things by myself. Then on the way I took some tips, advices from other people, which just made my strategy even better. Gonna wait and see. GJ coming for another retest. GJ is not to trade right now, I think. I think the best would be to stay away. It's a bit risky. It's coming from another zone. How did you know Raquel and Monty? I know Raquel like for 2 years now, maybe. Just like you know me, we met on the internet. We are all virtual friends. So, GU went all the way up. This was the trade we could have taken, but we came a bit late. Now, a question for you guys. Did you take NZD CHF on Friday? Because I didn't, I missed it. The break and retest that we were waiting for, this candle, this break and retest, it went pretty good, even though there was no volume, but it went pretty nice. Manny, are you not learning now? Because I'm giving a lot of things that I know here. If you still don't find this useful, I don't know. Take this as an opportunity. Yeah, and ZDCHF spread was too big too. Didn't take it either. Yeah, I see this spike. This is why I don't trade these kind of pairs, you know, because they're never safe. NZUSD, what a trade this was. Now we have 4 minutes left. If you guys have any trades that coming up, or do you see any trades, just let me know. Now looks like we can have a nice trade on EJ. How did you learn English? Learned English in school and then by watching movies and practicing. Now let me take a look here. May have a trade on EJ. Now looks like it's already done. Why? Because you can see this. You can see this. Last week we said if we want to have a safe trade, we need to close above this. See, we got rejections here, even though we had few rejections there, but we said that the safest would be to close above. You can see how this candle got rejected too and closed below. This one closed above, made a retest and continuation. So I think we missed this too. Looks like we missed a lot of trades in the morning. So let's wait for the candle closes in 2 minutes and then we can see what we have. Now let's take a look at this chart. We have some charts here. Tyler sent a chart first. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, it looks like it has the same idea. Good one. But like I said, the 1 hour already did the move. Maybe waiting for the 4 hour to come lower. We'll see. We'll see how it develops. Okay, we have another chart here. Swiss franc, Japanese yen. Question: would you still take this trade once there is a retest, or would you say the move already happened? Now, if you see how many pips the move is, I think it's around 15 pips, not maybe even 15, 10 pips. But we need to take a look on the left. What do we have on the left? Because there's not much. I think only one candle here wouldn't make this a safe support to take buys. So we need a bigger picture here. We need to see what we have on the left. Then I can tell you my opinion, but from this, not much, it's not telling me much. It's only one candle here, and if we base our support in this one, wouldn't be that safe. Can you explain what do you mean by candle range to fill? Range to fill. So when you have a breakout, you're gonna need a candle, right, to have that breakout. So let's say this is the candle, and this candle broke this resistance. Now we have this is a breakout. When we make the retest, what do we expect? We expect to fill a range, and that range can be from 5 to 100 pips or 1000 pips. Now, how we decide which range is gonna fill, or how do we know which one? We go on the left and see how many pips until the next zone, so that's a range. So this is a range from this support to this resistance. This is all a range. From this support to this resistance, this is a range. Once we have a breakout, we expect this range to fill. Why? Because we don't have much traffic on the left. I hope that answers your question. GJ is rejecting this too. Price closed above. Now, yen, nothing. Let's take a look at Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar. 1 hour left a wick. Now let's take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour is not closed yet. UJ break and retest. UJ, I see what you mean, but I don't know if this is a clean trade. Let's take a look. Still think this is not a clean break and retest. I mean, what can this be? This can be a retest for this too. A retest to continue up. Or this can be a rejection from the daily to continue down. Now, I think it's not a clear setup. UJ is not a clear setup. I know you meaning is the break below this, a retest to continue down, but I don't think it's enough. It's not good enough for taking a trade. I think we need more rejections to tell us the zone. So this, I think it's not good enough. I don't think UJ is gonna give us something good this week, this day, this current day, but maybe on the future. EA looks like it has the same setup as Euro New Zealand. Yeah, it has the same. It's still in this consolidation box. We'll have to wait and see if we break below this or above this. We might have a trade here, but for now still in the range. What do you look for as a confirmation? I look for a breakout. The breakout is my confirmation. What is Forex? You can do the same question on Google, you'll get a lot of information. This channel is not for the new guys, for the new guys that don't know what Forex is, so I think babypips.com will help you a lot. Guys, I said Aussie dollar coming again for retest wouldn't be that safe. The first retest happened. So listen, this is one of my rules. One of my rules is when you have a breakout and a retest on the 1 hour, it's perfect to take it. When the second retest on the 1 hour comes and the 4 hour is still open, then we don't take it. That's the rule. Now, if the 4 hour would close also and come for second retest, then I would take it. But not while the 4 hour is still open and it's a second retest, because this might be a rejection to the downside. So we'll stay away from this for now. Yeah, I wait for breakout, I enter on the retest. It's pretty simple. If you want to see what we do here, if you're new on the channel, just go back, watch the previous streams a bit, get some small idea what we do here, because it's not that complicated. What we do here is not that complicated. We talked about EJ2. We had the first retest, and the 4 hour, when it comes for retest, I think, yeah, we can take it. I think we can take it when the 4 hour comes, because see, this is the difference now. Now the difference is the 1 hour made the retest. It was the first retest. Now if it comes for a second retest, it's still good because it's a 4 hour. The 4 hour closed already, so we have a break on the 4 hour too. What would change your bias to sell Aussie dollar or buy Euro New Zealand? What would change my bias? Okay, let's see. On Euro New Zealand, if price comes all the way up and closes above this this resistance here, then I would think about buys. But as long as it stays below, there's no reason I would think about buys. Until now, there's still this still can't go down. This still can't go down as long as it stays in this box here. But once it breaks above, it might give us a chance for a quick scalp to the next zone here, which is 20-30 pips. Yes, that's right, Tahmid. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I said. Yeah, let's see. EJ is coming for a retest. We'll see if it does come or not. I think it's not gonna come. See, now the thing is, this candle dropped all the way down, didn't come lower. This candle now went already 10 pips. If this comes all the way down, that would be pretty risky, because it's still gonna be like a rejection from this. Already made 10 pip move to the upside. What do you think about GBP Aussie, GBP, AUD. Take a look at it now. Just a second. See how price got rejected all the way from up here. And it's not a very small move, it's already 10 pips. It's pretty big rejection. Now we go on the 1 hour, see what we have here. It's not that we have a serious resistance where price is rejecting, but this definitely makes this trade a bit, not very comfortable when you take it. Seeing a candle reject all the way down from here, that's not a good thing. But we'll see. If it does come, we'll see what we do. Because there's a slight chance that price may come a little deeper here, where these candles got rejected, because when we want to see a zone, determine a zone, we want to see where most of the candles are closing, or rejecting. So all these candles rejecting the same level and then expecting a retest on here would be a bit, way better. This is a way better support. And if price comes around here to make the retest, we might consider that price can come a little lower, deeper in this zone to make the retest. The retest can be in different ways. Doesn't mean what candle it is. The opposite or not. So let's wait. Do you use average true range? Don't understand that question. Usdchf. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at USDCHF, but I don't think I'm gonna take a trade on it. I don't like it as a pair. I don't know. It's just not a pair for me. It looks good, but I don't trust it. I don't trust it most of the time. I do not trust USDCHF. First of all, it makes some weird moves. It's known for fake outs. The spread is usually not that good, and lots of different things. If you want to take this, I think 4 hour is not a good breakout. It's not a good breakout. This is not even 2 pips. I want to take this. See, it's only 1.4 pips, 6 pips breakout. I want to take that breakout. So I think I'll stay away from this. I don't trust it. Okay, we forgot to look at EU. Man, lots of consolidation. You see, this is all a big consolidation box on EU. We traded EU in the middle 2-3 times during the week, but You know, I would never suggest to trade a consolidation box, but this just became too big now. Became too big. Now let's see if we can find a zone on the 1 hour. There's nothing really happening. I mean, the 4 hour looks better, but we're still at this resistance. So see how many rejections we had here? Few rejections here, another one, and another one today. If we want to take a trade here, I think the best would be to close above. Once we close above this, then we might have a chance to go to the upside, but still rejecting this level. I think EURUSD making a flag. Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean, a flag pattern. I know what a flag pattern is. I don't really trade flag patterns, but I know them. So I think if we draw it on the 4 hour, yeah, but you see, it doesn't matter what pattern it is, you're still gonna have to wait for a break of a zone, right? You're still gonna have to wait for a break and retest. So if we get a break of this resistance, you can then also add this as your another confluence here, another confirmation. Once price breaks above, makes a retest, you can also add this as another confluence or another confirmation for you, this flag pattern or how it's called. So you're still gonna have to wait for a breakout. So the only difference is that I don't use this line because I don't need to. I already can see these without drawing them. Now there's not much going on, but we have to be patient. Patience pay. So we need to wait. See, GJ went all the way down. What if we would take buys here? Like I told you, we are at another resistance here. Price was rejecting, so wait. We'll see. When you're marking up charts, do you mark based on current price? Yeah, most of the time I mark my zones based on the latest zones formed, because price creates new zones every day, and we want to trade what we see currently. We can't go too much in the past to see the zones, to draw zones. Which trade has been taken? No trades. We didn't take any trades yet. Still waiting. It's a waiting game. Now with GJ, the thing here is that I can't take sells. I don't know if that would be safe, you know, even though price respected this level. Can't say it didn't, because you can see how price closed above, then created support here, moved to the upside of it, then this candle dropped below all these candles. When price came again this level, see how we got rejected first. This candle just closed a bit above, created small support. Now it's coming again. If this closes below and then we want to take a retest, it's not a very good support or resistance here. I just wouldn't be very comfortable. I would rather be comfortable taking buys than sells. And if this would match with 4 hour, then I would be more comfortable, but 4 hour it's not telling me anything. I mean, it's a rejection from this resistance, so we'll have to see. If this is a rejection from resistance and 1 hour makes a break of this minor zone, we might consider some sells. Well, to wait and see. Would you take a sell trade on GJ rejecting 134.65? No, I wouldn't. I don't trade like that. It's not my style. Only wait for a break and a retest. That's my style of trading. That's my way of trading. Take a look at previous webinars a bit, just so you get an idea. Why does the market entry button disappears, leaving only the limit and stop limit when I connect to my broker in Tradingview? I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe something wrong. I don't know. Maybe you have to contact Tradingview or your broker. Can't really give you an answer on that because I don't have experience in that side. See, I have the sell and buy button here, but I have a demo account opened in this Tradingview, which I don't use it. I just tried it one time and it's still here. But I think you should have it if you have your account linked with your broker, your Tradingview, then you should have this. Euro dollar can play range and short at this level? No. There's no trade on EU now. EU is still at resistance. Okay, GU is making that perfect retest now. I don't know. Don't feel very comfortable taking this, but Giving this a shot maybe would be worth it. Okay, I took a small entry on GU. Took a small entry here on GU, but not my whole lot size because I was a bit late. I'm gonna use a 15 pip stop loss. For GJ, I can tell you, I said about GJ a few times now, GJ is not a clear setup. I think GU is a better setup. And I think we're a bit late, but if it comes down if it does come lower, I'll enter my half of my lot size because I only entered half here. Now, I'm gonna explain this to you. Why did I take this trade? First of all, we had a lot of rejections here, which created a resistance. Once it broke above, made a retest to continue down. We had another small break and retest here on the same level. Another rejections, another rejection, another rejection. So a lot of rejections until this candle came and closed above. This was a very small retest, but was not enough deep to make that perfect retest. And I think this candle came deeper to make that retest, and I think it should continue down. Now the only thing is I'm gonna use low risk here because price is rejecting from, it's coming from all the way up, and it already did a move to the upside, and that move is not very small move. That move was 20 pips, and 20 pips is not that. It's not that small. So I entered half here. Now made a better entry on GU, and we'll see how it goes. Now this move, that's what makes me a bit uncomfortable in this trade, because it only did a move to the upside. And let's see on the 4 hour. The 4 hour, it's not that it came all the way up and filled this range then got rejected. It's still in the middle, so that's why I took the trade, because there's still chance of going and filling this range to the upside. And if you go on the 4 hour, we are at this support here. It's pretty strong. The 4 hour closed very good, very strong bullish candle. This should be the retest to continue up, even though it made a small move to the upside. It's not very small, 20 pips, but still have bullish bias here. So as long as we stay above, we're still good to continue up. 10-15 pips would be first target maybe, and then we can think about, we can leave some run and hold some for more pips. Okay, GU is moving. Let's see. Go this candle. If this candle goes bullish, that would be pretty epic. We have almost 8 pips, almost 10, another 2 pips, and we have 10 pips. We can secure some if we want and move our stop at break even. That would be your choice. See, now the thing is, we got rejected one time. That's a good sign that this level is still holding. It's reacting. It didn't just go all the way down and break this. So it's having some problems before continuation. Now we'll have to wait and see. I don't like this big candle coming all the way down. That's for sure. It doesn't make me comfortable, but the setup is good. I think it's a good setup. It's a 1 hour and 4 hour break and retest, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Yeah, we'll have to be careful when the news come. Will be yeah, it looks like they changed a bit the page investing. Okay, so where's the GBP news? Today, yeah, we have in 56 minutes some GBP news, so we have 1 hour left for this to play out. No, I'm not trading directly with Tradingview, but I'm thinking about that maybe in the future. I'll have to see. There are some brokers that support Tradingview, can let you trade through it, but I don't like these brokers that much. Spreads are not that good, so we'll have to wait and see if I can get a good account with a good spread. Maybe I'll do it, but I'm gonna have to do some testing before, because it's pretty messy trading from Tradingview. It has some weird options, but I'm gonna give it a try. Maybe next week we'll see if I find a good broker. Once price comes back to the zone and wicks the zone and go back up, it is classified as a retest. Yeah, it is. It is. It's Monday, so we have to expect Monday to be just setting up for the week. So not expecting big moves. but whatever market gives us, we'll take it. So for GU, I think I'll take 10 pips once it does push higher, and after that move my stops at break even, because it's Monday, so can't expect too much. There are a lot of traders that don't trade Monday at all. We have a dislike. I wonder who this guy is. Even though I know who he is, but I don't want to say. I just want to know what's the reason. What can we do better here so he doesn't dislike the stream? I want to know so we can be better. Make changes maybe. Okay. GU is pushing, very nice. We have 10 pips. Okay guys, we have 10 pips now. So I'm gonna take 10 pips some and leave some run. I'm gonna leave 50% run. Move my stop at break even. Stop loss at break even. Move your stop at break even, leave some run. I'm gonna leave half run and I'm gonna close half. I think that would be the best. Have you heard about market maker's method? No, and I don't even want to know, because I have a good strategy. It is a smooth strategy, gives me a lot of pips, so why would I look for another strategy? What do you think about the idea when price is in 5 pips profit to go with stop loss 50% down? I don't understand your question that well. I checked your Instagram giveaway, not this week. No, it's gonna happen this week. I said last week I said for the next one, so this is the week. I'm gonna do this week. So just wait and see. Okay, trade 1 GU. Nice trade. We started the week with a win. And this can go a lot more. Just waiting. Supernova, I don't know about that, but I'll see what we can do. I'm gonna do some research maybe during this week on linking Tradingview with an account. Then I'll let you know, guys. If it does work, I'll be the first one to use it. Nice one. What's the giveaway? Giveaway can be anything, I don't know yet. Maybe a free trial in my group. Maybe I'll add someone, the winner, in my group, in my private group. Have to wait and see. The lucky one. Okay, very nice trade. I still expect this to continue up. Still, once this goes bullish, I think there's no way it doesn't fill this range. It's pretty close. See, we have 15 pips now. Do you have a private Zoom? Yes, I do. It's for my students. The Zoom is for my students. I'll let you know about giveaway, guys. Be patient. Okay. It turned bullish. Almost 20 pips. How come nowadays you target 10 pips instead of 20 pips? I gave the reason in this setup when I did it. I said I'm taking 10 pips because it's Monday. That's why. But I never, most of the time, I never take all the profits at 10 pips. I always leave at least maybe 50%, just like I did here. I closed 10% at 10 pips and leave. I closed 50% at 10 pips, and I left half of it, another 50% to run for 20 pips. Now almost gave 20 pips, 18, but still perfect. Okay. There are a lot of good broker guys. Do some research on Google. You have a lot of options. It just depends on which country you are and if the brokers support your country. But there are a lot of different options. Do you leave runner on every trade? Yes, always. I always leave runners. What do you think about GJ? Like I said before, GJ is not a good setup for me. It's still at resistance. So like I said before, needs to break this maybe. But lately I haven't been trading GJ that much. It's not giving me perfect setups. So yeah. It's at resistance. GJ is at resistance. If you want to take a trade, maybe wait for a break of above this, then a retest to continue up. EJ still here, no retest. Euro New Zealand is pushing a bit. Maybe we'll see a break above. Who knows? Anything can happen. Can you give more info on your private group? How to access? Will you ever do a webinar how you handle your runners? Like, do you keep that at break even or do you use... I've talked about that like 20 times until now. And just look at the Friday's webinar. I talked about holding runner, how I held a runner on NZD USD. So that will tell you everything. I'll leave a link on comments. So if you want more information, just go at my website, take a look. Now we're still holding GEO. This is our priority right now. Do you have an email? Yes, I do. You can search for me on Instagram. My Instagram is on description. You can take a look at it. Okay, so apart from this, I don't know if we have another setup. Happening, except EJ can come. EJ can come. I think first entry can be 121.400, but keep in mind that price can come a little deeper always. So if price comes here, there's a slight chance that it's gonna come also testing this support here, then continue up and fill this range. Gonna have to wait for that. We'll see if it does come. See the 4 hour is pretty good. It is pretty good. 4 hour close strong. I think we'll have at least a 10 pip rejection once it comes for the retest. I think that's pretty realistic. NZD USD. What about NZD USD? See, this was my trade on NZD USD. I held it all the way up here. I closed it on Friday because I didn't want to hold my trade during the weekend. But I closed how many pips? Let me see. Yeah, around 60 pips this trade. So the runner I left here went around 60 pips. And this trade was live too. You guys saw it happening, saw me taking it, so we'll see. For now, I think Euro New Zealand is a good setup that we can wait for. I don't see anything other than this, better than this. So if we have a candle closed above these two, thing now is, let me explain this to you. We have a small range in between here. See where these candles are close to these candles, and that's a 10 pip range. Now if we want to take a trade, above this level, we're still gonna have this resistance here, so we're gonna be in between. What do we need to do here is we need to break above this, then a retest, and when it comes for retest, the retest can be a bit deeper than below this zone, then continuation, just like on EJ. That's what we need. So if price closes around here, if price closes above here but still stays below this, then we're not going to take it. We need a close above this zone. Once it makes the close above, we enter on the retest to continue to the next zone. But be careful, this is all a zone. We need a break above this. Hey, I'm new in Forex. I belong to a poor family, no money to invest. I think you need to get a job and work and save some money. Then maybe start to learn Forex, but still keep the job, because it's not necessarily to go full-time immediately. You know, having a job is always good because the pressure is not going to be that big, because you have a second option if Forex doesn't work out. Do you trade Bitcoin? No, I don't. I don't trade Bitcoin. I also got stopped at break even, but it was a nice trade. It went almost 20 pips, 18, but still good. We got the first rejection. You see why it's important to take the first retest, the first touch when it makes the retest, because price can go on the first hour, maybe reject all the way up, then on the next 30 minutes come all the way down. And like you can see here, we got stopped at break even for the rest of our positions, but still got some pips. That's most important. And this is the reason I started to take profits earlier than 20 pips, because I knew that this was a very big candle coming all the way down for a retest, and it was a bit risky. It wasn't the perfect setup that we would like to. Still, it went pretty good. Now, what if this candle closes below? I still wouldn't take it, because 4 hour is still open. Wouldn't feel more comfortable. Muad M. Rashid is saying that when I answer a question I sound rude. Well, I think you're the only one having that opinion, and you're the only one that is sharing different things here that I don't do. But if I sound rude to you, then no problem, you can go somewhere else. But I try my best to be as much as, I don't know, the best I can be is to be polite with all of you guys, and I think I'm doing that. But I think you're a bit pissed with me, I don't know why. I don't know your reason, but it's all good. There's always going to be someone who doesn't like you. That is always nice to see, because you know that you're doing something good, of course. Would re-entry on Geo would be risky? Yes, it would be. And of course, my first language is not English, so you need to understand a bit. It's not my first language. Don't enter on Geo because it's the second time retesting. Yeah, we'll see if Euro NZD is gonna break above. Gonna have to wait for that. Still gonna have to wait. So don't take Geo. It's the second retest now. Already got rejected 20 pips. So if you enter now, it would be risky. Yeah, Jordan, we'll have to wait and see. Big push on Euro New Zealand. New Zealand. See, I'm still going with the pronunciation of Euro New Zealand. That I was doing this. I was doing it wrong. Euro New Zealand. Until I found out that I was doing it wrong. Yeah, let's see. This will be pretty good. Let's see if it does come for retest. I think this is pretty good breakout. 6 pips. We'll have to wait and see. My first language is Albanian. I'm from Kosovo. Do you think Aussie dollar will break above 0. Let me check Aussie dollar. Not a break yet. We need the 4-hour to break above. So we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so we have a break, a very nice break on Euro New Zealand. Now, we have to wait for the retest. Let's wait and see. If it does come for retest, we'll take it. But, listen, if this goes up, make the move before making the retest is not going to be valid anymore. In my country we say Zealand, and that's why I didn't realize until last week that I was spelling it wrong. Okay, let's wait and see. EJ retested. Let me check EJ. Not yet, not yet. EJ still has room to go down, to come for a retest. It's still not enough. It's still not enough. And Euro gained some strength now. Look at Euro NZD, how big this candle is. This is 40 pip candle. That's crazy. Now once you come for a retest, we can enter for some buys. Just wait and see. Let's wait and see. Sometimes it's pretty volatile, but we'll try to make a good entry once it comes for retest. Because now, like I said, we can reject from here, but it can also come deeper to make that retest. So if we enter here, it's going to be half of our lot size or half of our risk. Then the next one, this second entry. Then I expect price to move to the upside. 20 pip stop loss always. No need for more. 20 pip stop loss is enough. Any analysis on Nasdaq? No, I don't trade that. I don't trade indexes. So stop loss, if our entry would be here, gonna use a 20 pip stop loss, which we're gonna be all the way down here. And it's not gonna be like we want to below the breakout candle, because the breakout candle is 40 pips, so we can't do that. And like I've said before, not every time you're gonna be able to do that. So 20 pips is gonna be around here in the middle of this candle, and I think that's enough, because the maximum price can come is at this level here. First this one, and second here. First entry, second entry to continue up. So we'll have to wait and see. Still needs to come lower. You have to be patient, okay? Just wait for it. If it doesn't come, it's still good. You're not gonna lose anything by not taking it. But entering too early, that's not a good thing. The price already came at this level, but still not enough. Still there's a range here. We need to be sure. We need to be comfortable when we take a trade. Yeah, GBP news are coming. They might have an effect maybe on euro too. Gonna have to be careful. Spread is too much on EN. Yeah, some brokers have a big spread on Euro New Zealand. In mine, it's good. It's not a big spread. UJ. What about UJ? Let's take a look. I mean, what we can do on UJ is take buys maybe, but we have to know something here. Price is rejecting from the daily resistance. Look at the daily here. It's a massive resistance here. Should be very careful. We should be very careful here with UJ. We take a look. We already had a rejection. I mean, this was a pretty big consolidation for UJ. Now we had this clean breakout. I mean, price can continue up from now, but considering this daily resistance, I think it's pretty risky. Probably stay away from it for now. Just because of a daily, I wouldn't say this can continue all the way up. I mean, it can, but it's too risky, and the range is not that big. See, it's only 20 pips. What do you think about Euro GBP? Okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to add again these pairs. Okay, so let's go to a 4 hour because 4 hour is pretty clear, I think. So we were waiting for this resistance to break, and I think the move is done. Why? Because you can see how it closed above, made a retest continuation. Made another retest here on the 1 hour continuation. I think we missed this. We missed this. Yeah. Now if price comes all the way down, we have this small resistance on the left here. You can see also if you go, yeah, plenty of rejections at this level. I would say this was the move already. Also this one on the 4 hour. Now price is sitting at resistance. You can see how many times we got rejected from this. Stay away, I would say. No trade here for me. I think it's too risky. Okay, let's look at GA. Lots of requests about GA. GA, no trade. Why? Because we're coming from support. Even though we have a small resistance here, we are rejecting this pretty big support here. No trade. No trade here. EJ dropping. Still needs to come lower, maybe. Check the 4 hour. Yeah. See Euro New Zealand. I would rather take Euro New Zealand, but entering here it's gonna be a bit, too early, I think. If it comes lower around here in the middle of the zone, I'll enter. Still can reject from here too, but not gonna feel very comfortable with this, to be honest. Still at 4-hour resistance, so we'll see. If this comes deeper, we'll consider it. EJ pushing down. Yeah, now EJ came at the first entry where we would want to, but we got another rejection first. Now this one is coming. First 10 minutes, already big move. I think unless it comes at this zone, I'm not gonna take it. But I think once it comes this, can have a nice rejection to the upside. For some quick pips, I think Euro New Zealand would be way better. See, it's pushing now. Let's wait. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna enter a buy here. Took a buy on Euro New Zealand. So I didn't enter at the first one and not on the second one. I entered in the middle. So I found an average where to enter. And I think now it should continue up. We'll have to wait and see. Now we have to know that we made a first win, right? First win was on on GBP USD. Now we only risk a small portion of that win. Why not scale down to 50-minute to enter? I don't use smaller time frames, not lower than 1 hour. Only use 1 hour and up. What's the main basis of your strategy? The main thing in my strategy is the breakout. We always wait for a breakout, then a retest. So these are the two most important things, the breakout and the retest. If we have a breakout but there's no retest, then there's no trade. What do you consider a good spread? I think a good spread is from 1 pips to 3, 4 pips maybe. My spread on Euro New Zealand is around 3-4 pips. Okay, let me check how many minutes until the news. So we have 13 minutes until the news. We'll have to be careful because it might have a small impact maybe on Euro too. So we'll see. Like I said before, the risk on Euro New Zealand trade here is now a small percentage of the first win. If you don't have a first win, then it's gonna have to be a usual risk. But after the first win, I never use the same risk. Because of course we don't want to lose our profits. Now, people are asking about Aussie dollar. There is no trade on Aussie dollar. Unless we have a 4-hour breakout above this, there's no trade. Unless we close above this, no trade on Aussie dollar. See, the 4-hour candle is rejecting. 1 hour closed above, made a retest, the first one, but now is the second one. 4-hour is still open. Unless the 4-hour closes above this, then there's no trade. Now let's focus on Euro New Zealand, because we'll see this how many pips gonna give us. Stop loss is only 15 pips now because the entry, we didn't make the entry where we first said. The entry is lower now and we can use a 15 pip stop loss only. If your first trade is a loss, do you take the same risk? Yes, I do, because how am I going to be able to make that back if I don't use the same risk? If Aussie dollar seems like a fake out, will you enter to trade it down to fill the range? Or no, I wouldn't, because it would be just a rejection on the 4-hour. It could still try to go to the upside maybe. So I wouldn't take sells. I would take sells if the 4-hour would close above, then would come for retest and the next 4 hours still would close back in the range. That's when I would take the fake out, but not like this, because the 4 hour is just a rejection. We'll see how this will go. Euro New Zealand is known for fake outs. Not every time, but we've seen a lot of fake outs happening on EN. But we'll see. The 1 hour candle, the previous one was pretty good, bullish close. Now the retest, it's coming deeper than we expected, but we'll see. Also the news are coming in 10 minutes. I don't know, we'll have to make a decision if we want to close at break even or not before the news, but we'll wait and see. Isn't Euro New Zealand a retest on the 4 hour? Like I said before, it's still at the 4 hour resistance, so it's risky still. But on the 1 hour we had a breakout, that's why we took it. And that's why we are using small risk just of our profits. because we know there's a chance of being a fake out. There is a chance, just because we are still at 4 hours resistance. On some brokers, spread is too big. I know, that's why these trades are second. These pairs are not major pairs. It's not a major pair, and the spread is going to be bigger. Go look at the spread on EU. You see how small it is, or Aussie dollar. How about buys on your favorite pair, Aussie dollar? There's no buys yet on Aussie dollar. I told you we need to wait for the 4 hour to break. What news on what currency? We have GBP news coming up. GBP news, construction PMI. It's coming in 7 minutes. It's a high impact news. We have to be careful. Oliver, if your broker doesn't allow you to break even because your price is too close, I don't understand that. Why? It doesn't look like a solid, a reasonable reason. I don't know, Oliver, maybe the spread is too high in your broker. That can be a reason if it doesn't allow you to break even. Spread can be too, but even if spread is too big, I mean, if you're in good profit, should allow you. So most of the trades will require 4 hour break and close instead of just 1 hour. Not all of pairs. Sometimes we need only a 1 hour breakout. Sometimes we need 4 hour. Depends on the setup. So it depends. It's not going to be the same always. Yeah, Forex Factory doesn't say high impact. I don't know why. That's what I stopped using it. So we'll have to wait and see. News are coming. Another 5 minutes. So I'm gonna have to make a decision because we can't risk it holding during the news. I know maybe it's not gonna affect it at all, but we have to make sure. Now, before the news, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna adjust my stop loss. I'm gonna use a 10 pip stop loss. I'm gonna put my stop at 10 pips before the news now, because if the news affect EN, then that's not good, and I don't want to risk the same. I don't want to use the same stop loss even with the news coming up, because the news can push it maybe more than it should, more than we're expecting. So just reducing my stop at 10 pips. Okay, news coming up. Trend is more important than support or resistance. What do you mean by that? I don't understand. You mean if... Yeah, I need more explanation in that question. How do you know it's going to be a second upward wave? Because from my experience, after every breakout comes a retest and continuation most of the time. I've tested it, and that's what happens most of the time. Nothing is 100%, so neither this is 100%. But the win rate is pretty good. It's pretty good. If you want to see, just go watch the previous webinars. Look, if Euro New Zealand comes below this, I think it's going to be a fake out after. It should stay above this. Above there, these candles are closed, should stay above. If it does come below, then it can continue all the way down. Like I said, we have news coming up in 1 minute. It can affect it, so be careful. Stop loss is just below this wick. Only 10 pips from our entry, so be careful. Tawfiq Ahmad. I think all of them have separate roles when you trade. So if they match with each other, that would be the perfect. If we take a trade based on the trend too, that would be even better. If sometimes we don't take it, I explained this earlier. We're not asking for a trend change here. We're just asking for 10-20 pips. It's not going to change anything, a 20 pip move. We're just trading from a zone to the next zone. Where's the confirmation? The breakout candle is my confirmation. This candle closed above this resistance, making a retest to continue up to the next zone here. So the breakout candle is my confirmation, always. When the retest comes, I enter. I don't wait for candles to reject on the retest. That's also another way we can do it. You can wait for rejections to enter after candle closes or something like that, but this is how I trade. Yeah, not much impact on Euro New Zealand, the news. Let me see the GBP pairs. Nothing much. Didn't have too much effect. Maybe it comes after, you know, because sometimes it takes some time to start to move after the news, but it still does the move. Does have effect on the pairs. How are you forecasting news? I don't do that. I try to avoid the news, trading the news, or I try to avoid a trade when the news are happening. Can I enter now? No, it's too late. If you enter now, your entry is going to be very bad because the spread on Euro New Zealand is not that good. I think you're a bit late. It's in profit, but still nothing. It should turn all the way bullish, this candle, if we want to take some good pips here. We need at least 10 pips, 20 possible pips. Still, this candle, once it goes bullish, would be a good sign to push to the upside. Still have 30 minutes left. What about crude oil? I don't trade crude oil or Brent oil. Sorry, but I don't trade crude oil. I think for you it would be better to trade other pairs, because crude oil doesn't really depend on just technicals. There's a lot of fundamentals behind it too, which can affect crude oil, and you need a lot of information to trade it. I think you have plenty of other pairs to trade if you want. I don't know why you guys, when you start first to trade, you just go straight to gold or crude oil. These are the most difficult to trade. You need to find a good pair that moves not that much. You need to do some back testing to see how it moves. That can give you good pips. Doesn't really risk your balance that much, like UJ or Aussie dollar. They move not that much, but they give you some nice setups. Yes, I traded gold in the past, but not now. Since the virus came, I didn't trade gold anymore because the spread went too high and it started to move different way than on the past. What about EJ? Let's take a look at EJ. Like I said, EJ still can continue up, but I was waiting for this to come, to test this at least, to continue up, even though this level still can reject too. But I just didn't feel comfortable taking this. It's only one candle. If you compare this with this next support here, lots of rejections. So I think if it does come lower, you can enter, but not for now. Euro USD. Big consolidation box. Like I said before on Euro USD, we need a break above this. We need a break above this. Once we break this, A break and retest to the upside. I drew this because somebody asked about the flag pattern, and I said that still gonna have to wait for a breakout. Once we break on the 4 hour, then we can have a trade, but for now there's no trade. Sorry, I'm new here. Do you know Raja? What do you think of his trading style? I know Raja, of course, is my friend. He has a nice trading style, a bit different from mine, but for him it's perfect. And not just for him, but for thousands of people that follow him and trade like him. He has a great style. My style is a bit different maybe because I trade higher time frames only, but it's basically there's no much difference. On New Zealand USD, I'm not looking at anything on New Zealand USD because I don't see anything on New Zealand USD. Take a look. Like I said, it got rejected from resistance. If you want to trade here, you need a breakout. So for now, I don't see a trade here. It just rejected this resistance up here. I sold EU on 1.3. Can I hold? Look, you sold that resistance. Thing is, price can break anytime. You don't know if it's gonna break or not. But when you have a break, you are sure that you have a good confirmation. But just selling here, there's no confirmation. What if price now comes back up again and tries another time? Look how many times it tried to break here, then finally broke up. Selling resistance, it's way more dangerous and it's not a safe trade way to trade. That's what I think. If you make it work, then why not? Adrian, I think it's wrong that you're talking bad about people. It's not nice to hear that. And you shouldn't call people like that. It's not it's disrespectful. We are here to talk about charts. NZD JPY. What about NZD JPY? Why do you guys look at these pairs? These pairs are not good to trade. I think it looks good. I can't deny that. Can't deny that. One hour resistance here. I think also it's rejecting this resistance, so it's in between two zones. I think better stay away. See, created resistance here, it rejected, came all the way back down. You can see this previous candle how strong it closed. It would be a bit risky. I think just you follow whoever you like, whatever people find helpful. It's just your opinion. If you don't, there are a lot of people that don't find my live stream helpful, so I'm cool with that. I don't expect everyone to trade my way because it's not going to suit everyone. People have different style of trading. They trade in different ways, so you can't judge like that. I think there's no need to talk about other people. Focus on what you should focus on. If Euro New Zealand closes bearish, it's not safe anymore. I think if Euro New Zealand closes like this, it's not a good sign. Why? Because we are closing below this zone. We're closing below this, and that's not. If we want to have another good confirmation, is that this candle should close above this. Even though it's going to close above this lower zone here, it's still not going to be enough. Because before taking this, what did I say? I said that if we want to take a trade here, we need to break all this zone, not just this one. If you want to have a safe trade here, and that's what happened. This candle closed above. We said we're not going to take an entry here because it looked a bit early, so we waited for price to come at least in the middle of these two ranges, and then we entered here. And now I said if price stays above this, it's still good, but should stay above this too if it does want to continue up. That would be the safest way. Now we'll get a close like this. I will close at break even, I think. We have some minutes left, 15 minutes, and we'll see what we're gonna do here. Still time. Why do you think it's going to go up if price is retesting the resistance in a downtrend? I said that before. We had a breakout on the 1 hour. I'm not waiting for trend change here, just 10-20 pips from a zone to another zone. And I said that 4 hours is at resistance and there's high chances that this can be a fake out. I talked about that. How long did you trade? I trade for 4 years now, since 2016. Let's wait and see. You guys should focus on yourself and try to be better at reading charts, trading, everything. Just focus on the charts. Euro Cad, what about Euro Cad? Yeah, Euro New Zealand probably is going to be a fake out based on the 4 hour. I think I'm going to close most. Let's see if price comes a bit higher. See if I can close at break even or a very small loss. 2-3 pips, because I don't trust this anymore. The 4 hour is not looking good. I don't trust it that much. So it's at break even now. I'm gonna move my stop at 6 pips now. Just where the last time price touched this support here. 6 pips only. The reason I'm moving my stop just closer and closer to price because I don't trust it. The 4 hour is not it's not matching with 1 hour, and that makes me uncomfortable. Let's see, because as long as price stays above this and also above this, we'll see how far it can go. Next candle probably should push all the way up, but to see that we need to wait for the next hour. If it breaks above, does it go for a buy? I wouldn't enter another entry, of course. If you closed it, then still good. I think it's still risky based on the 4 hour, so we'll have to wait and see. Now we need a close above if we want to continue still to the upside. That would be a perfect sign that price can still continue bullish, but for now there's no close yet, still have to wait. EuroCAD, what about EuroCAD? What's happening with EuroCAD? EuroCAD. Looks like it had a small break and retest EuroCAD here. But let me check the 4 hour. 4 hour is at resistance, I think. You need to be careful. It has a resistance here, it has a support here, so it's just like Euro New Zealand. It's in between two zones. So I think there's no trade here. Have to wait and see. Okay, EN, it's going above. That's a good sign. Once it closes above, next candle should push all the way up. Let's wait and see. How can I display the pip calculator in Tradingview? I think there are some indicators about that for MetaTrader, not for Tradingview. But you can calculate pips on Tradingview with this price range. Just start from where you want. It'll tell you how many pips price moved. But if you want like on MetaTrader that it shows here on the right or on the left, then I don't think there's one for Tradingview, just for MetaTrader. USD-CAD. Did I talk about USD-CAD? We'll have to wait. We'll have to check again. USD-CAD. Okay, so what did I say about USD-CAD? I said that if we want another retest here, price should stay here, and that's what it did. So I said price should stay here, then come for a retest. I said if price comes all the way down, then makes a retest, that's not valid anymore. But price stayed here, create some small support, coming up again. We can enter on the retest. It's second retest. It's gonna be more risky, but still, I think still it's valid. So when it comes up here, you can take some sells. I think this is pretty good support. It held for a long time. We finally broke this consolidation box. We had a break and retest here, but this was during Asian session. Now, when it comes here for another retest, I think it's a good opportunity. Yeah, if I use, let's say, 1%, most of the time when I say less risk on Monday, that means half of it, right? That's right. Why do you do this for free? Because I like helping people. I like helping people, so why not doing it when I'm able to do it? Okay. Euro New Zealand is pushing. We have 7 pips. We need some more. 8 pips. Another 2 pips to reach 10. Then we can secure some and take some profits, move our stop at break even. Yeah, this is good. If it would close bullish, would be even better. USD Mexican pesos is not a pair to trade. It's too risky. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Trading USD Mexican pesos. It's just too risky. If price comes all the way up, all the way down again to my entry, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna move my stop at break even. Stop loss at break even. But it's going pretty nice. Let's see. We already almost have 10 pips. Not sure yet. Still 8 pips. For the retest, do you wait for the 1 hour candle to close or just touch the zone? I don't wait for candles to close. I just wait for the touch and I enter. Darren Brandt, thank you for your kind words. Wow, what a push. 12 pips. EN just exploded. 12 pips. Okay, I'm gonna secure some on EN and I'm gonna leave some run. Trade 2. This is trade 2. Wow, still pushing. Let's see how many pips gonna give us. 15 pips. Just as we expected. Very nice move. Very nice move. Let's see if the next candle is gonna go all the way up, because signs are very good right now. Next candle should push up. Close some here, leave some run, stops at break even just in case, and we are perfect. If we stay disciplined, how long on average you think it takes to be consistent on trading? think it can take some months. It's different for different people. You know, somebody uh, will find it more easy, somebody will find it more hard. So I can't say, but I would say 6 to 1 year, maybe 6 months to 1 year at least. Lots of practice. Everyone can do it. Are we going for a wick fill? Maybe we are going. Let's see. It seems a very realistic take profit around here to the next zone. So next candle probably is gonna push up. Gonna have to wait and see. Trade was perfect. It was perfect. Only not that perfect actually, because the 4 hour was at resistance, but we knew that and we took the risk. We saw the chances, we saw the candles, we saw everything. If the next candle remains bullish, can I join the trade? No, you can't. It's too late. Spread is too high now to enter. It's not good to enter for the second one. Can you go over the Euro NZD trade? Yes, I can. So what did we do here? We had two zones here. All these candle closing above this level. This candle closed below, made a retest to continue down. Now price created a small consolidation box here, created another resistance here. You can see how these candles got rejected a few times. Now we said that we want a breakout, but the breakout we wanted was above this level. Why? Because this level had a lot of rejections, and this level had a lot of rejection. So we had this in between range here. We had two zones in between. What did we do? We waited for the breakout. Once this candle closed above, we waited for price to come deeper. We knew that when price comes here, there's a chance that comes deeper because of this next support. And we entered in the middle of these two ranges here, these two zones. After it made the retest, you can see the result. It came all the way up, just as expected, to continue up after the breakout to the upside. That's all. Do you trade London session only? I trade London session and New York session. Yeah, now you just have to wait, guys. Stops at break even, secure most of your profits, leave some run. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Who says Mondays are not good? Mondays are good. Yeah, most of the time there are a lot of Mondays that price doesn't move that much but still gives you something. Looks like this Monday is pretty good. Started very nice. 2 trades, 2 wins. Pretty nice. Can you look at Euro JPY? We can, of course. Of course we can. As I said on EJ, price can still continue to the upside, but I wanted price to come lower at this zone. Why? Because we have most of the rejections at this level. This is only 1-2 candles here, and I want price to come deeper to make the retest to continue up. Now if it doesn't come, not gonna take it. It's a 4-hour break and retest. It's still pretty good. but unless it comes deeper, I wouldn't feel comfortable taking a trade here, because we have 10 pips range from this zone to this zone. It's pretty big, 10 pips. Okay, just as we expected, once closed bullish, next one to go all the way up again. Did a small push, let's see if it's gonna continue more or not. Made a small push, but still not enough. Should fill this range at least. Anyway, whatever happens here, we already took most of our profits. Now just the runners, let's see how far it can go. Can you open NZD USD? We can, why not? You took sells from, I think for me I wouldn't take any trade here. I mean, price can still continue up, test this another time. I think it's your choice, you can do whatever you want, but for me I wouldn't take any trades here. I think this is the next support for SZD USD. Can come all the way down here, but I don't know, there's no trade for me here, there's no break and retest. This can go still bullish, but we are at this resistance, so unless we break this, I don't see any signs that price is going to continue up or down. I mean, this rejection is not enough to tell us that price is going to drop. So I wouldn't take anything here. Aussie dollar shorts. I short and I go long both. It just depends. Most of the time it looks like buys coming better, but I do both. Now Aussie dollar, there's no trade here. It's still just a rejection on the 4-hour. It's just a rejection on the 4 hours, so I wouldn't say anything to take anything there. Euro retail sales good. That's great then. Euro should get some strength. EU still below this resistance, no trade. So nothing happening big. Nothing big happening. Take a look at GU. GU managed to close above again. This candle closed bullish. One way that you can enter the retest is, since we have two rejections here, price stayed above, closed above. Now if this comes a bit lower, maybe you can take an entry to continue up. You can take these two rejections as another confirmation for you. So even GBP looks like still can continue up. Rick of, yeah, I said like 2-3 times. We closed most of our positions on EN and left some runners. Always secure some profits. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, looks like GU is gonna push up. EJ coming for a retest. Still not gonna be very sure about EJ. Of course it can still continue up, but I don't trust it that much, to be fair. I took 2 trades now. I don't think I'm gonna take it. I think it still can continue, but not gonna take it. I mean, 4 hour looks good. See, based on this zone, should continue up, but I don't know. I don't feel very comfortable. If we see where price coming from, we had a few rejections, to be fair. See one here, this one, lots of them, and price got rejected from the same level now. I wouldn't feel very comfortable taking this trade, and I'm not gonna take it. Not gonna take it. Let's go to the daily and see. See, now daily is at resistance. Just clean this chart. Daily is at resistance. You can see on the past what happened here. See where price is rejecting? This is our zone. Now, what can we get from this? First we had this rejection. We had another rejection. Then this bearish candle closed below this. Made a retest. Dropped all the way down. Another 2 candles got rejected from this. Price went all the way down. Look how many candles got rejected too. It's the same zone, it's only another 10 pips range. And now price is rejecting again from that zone. So I think taking buys would be a bit risky. I think would be risky, and I wouldn't take Euro JPY now. I wouldn't take it. It's just too risky for me. Usdcad retesting. Okay, let's take a look at Usdcad. I think Usdcad is pretty risky. Let's take a look at 4 hour. Now, what's holding me back from this is this support here. This support is holding me back from Usdcad. You see, somebody said, tell us your mistakes. These are my mistakes that I did before. Taking a break and retest when price was coming from another zone. And this is the biggest reason, or most of the time what happens, or the reason that most of the time fake out happens is because of this. Price coming from another zone to make a retest, then resulting in a fake out. That's one of the reasons, main reasons. And now taking the retest would be a bit risky because We already had the break and the retest here on the 4-hour, and this is the second 4-hour retest. What can I say? It still looks risky. I wouldn't take it. If it was the first retest, then yeah, I would take it without even thinking. But I don't know. Daily doesn't look that good. See, you go on the daily, what do you see? Rejections, rejections, rejections. Same here, this candle got rejected from the same level. Now, this can go all the way bullish, for what we know. Wouldn't be a very safe trade. What about GJ? GJ at resistance. GJ at resistance. We closed below this. Small retest. Maybe it's gonna go to the next zone. Probably. But the 4-hour. Yeah. 4-hour was a rejection from this resistance. It broke this minor zone here. I think this was the move, the first retest. Now it's the second one. It's more risky always. Would you say the same for Euro New Zealand? Yeah, I would say the same. Euro New Zealand is at 4-hour resistance, so I saw that when I took the trade, and I said I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna risk it. Now GJ looks like already made the move. I wouldn't say to take this. CAD CHF, what are your thoughts? CAD CHF. Why do you guys trade these kind of pairs? I mean, the spread must be high in this. I think it's too messy. I don't see much here except this resistance and this break and retest. Maybe this candle comes a bit higher to make another retest would be perfect. But if this continues like that, comes to the next support, then after coming here, goes to make the retest, that's when the trade becomes not valid anymore, because it's going to be a rejection from a 4-hour zone. Going to result in fake out. So I don't know. I wouldn't trade this pair. I don't like it. Now what do we have here? Looks like your cat closed above this, but you can see the breakout is too weak. Not good enough. It's not good enough of a break. We still need a good close above if we want to continue up. Even though 1 hour looks pretty good, closed all the way up. Big bullish candle, rejection from support too. This can be just a retest, continued down. Still not convinced. GU going up just like expected. USD Cad's rejecting a bit. Let's see. CUJ came deeper. It's no trade on UJ. 4 hours still at support. What's the win rate of your trading? I can say above 80%. It is above 80%. Looks like I'm gonna get stopped at break even on Euro New Zealand. Okay, so yeah, if you watch all the live streams, you can see the win rate. I mean, the win rate is pretty big. Lots of wins taking on the streams. Called a lot of trades. Lots of this were made. So this trade is done for now. What can we see? What percentage do you close and let it run? It depends on you. You can close 50%, you can close 80%, 70%. It's all up to you. Sometimes I do it 50%, sometimes 80%. It's just how I like it. Depends from the day. UJ, I don't know for now. It's not that we have lots of setups coming up. Look, let's take a look at 4 hour. The 4 hour looks pretty strong. It's coming for a retest, let's say, but see, it's still not good enough above this resistance. I wouldn't feel that comfortable. So for me, there's no trade here anymore. I think it's done. Can still continue up, but I wouldn't trust it. Let's see the daily. Daily is at support. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't take anything here. This first trade, that was all. Second one, there's no trade here for me yet. UJ, I think UJ can continue up, but UJ is too slow. Let me take a look at EA. EA is not a break yet. Should break this consolidation box here. Once it does, then we can have a good setup. USD CAD, no retest on USD CAD, I don't know. Like I said on USD CAD, don't feel comfortable. It's coming for another zone. It's coming for another zone. I wouldn't take it. Can still continue down. There's no doubt about that, but if you don't feel very comfortable, you either take it, use small risk, or just wait, not take it at all for now. Look at Euro GBP. See how it went all the way down. Why? Because we got rejected from this resistance. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, if you guys look at the previous webinars, all the losses are very small. That's the most important thing. To keep losses small and to keep wins big. That's the whole point. No, but I'm never gonna say that it's not gonna be wins, but we have to try to keep them small. You have to keep wins big and losses small. Sorry if I said it wrong, because sometimes I'm thinking about saying something and talking about another thing. What do you think about New Zealand Cad? We can take a look at New Zealand Cad, but it's been in a big consolidation box for a long time. Wow, this was the retest. See, we barely have anything on the left. That's last year, July of last year. I think there's no need to go that far, so we just will go what we have here now. I don't think there's much happening here. Maybe would say a break and retest of this zone, but I wouldn't feel comfortable of that. Can continue down, but can still go up too. Nothing is safe doing here. Nothing safe happening here. I think some buys would be nice here, but still this would be too high. Even if you would want to take a trade here, it should have been at least to where these candles were closed. So no trade here. There's nothing happening. CGA. See, there are a lot of examples that I said don't take this and the fake out happened. Just look at the reason. Almost 99% of the time we're having the same reason. We had the breakout of this zone, but price came all the way down to the next zone. Retest resulted in a fake out. Now price closed above. This can be a retest to continue up, but we have another zone here. This is why GA is not that good to trade. Leave it. What's your opinion about GJ? Like I said before, GJ can continue down, but it's nothing for sure. It's nothing for sure, GJ. See, GJ has a small minor zone here, and it closed below, and it's rejecting this zone. Now, most likely it's gonna continue down to the next support. Still, I wouldn't take it anything. I think this zone is maybe not good enough for me to take a trade, so I'll leave it like that. UJ. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a buy on UJ. Can take a buy on UJ. With 4 pip stop loss. 4 pips stop loss. Now, we had this retest on the 4 hour, right? We had this retest on the 4 hour. But, like I said before, we are rejecting a daily resistance. A strong daily resistance. And this trade is very risky. I'm going to use a very low risk. And also I'm using only 4 pip stop loss. Because once it goes below this, it can go all the way down and fill this trade to the downside maybe. Well, that would be also a daily turning all the way bearish, which would be pretty strange. Now, yeah, UJ is gonna be very slow. Gonna have to wait a lot for this, but why not? I mean, you don't have to look at the charts all the time, so you just place the trade and leave it. Come back in 3 days and look at how it moved 10 pips. Now, very low risk. Why? Because we are rejecting from the daily. Now, Now we'll have to wait a lot. Patience needed on UJ. If this goes bullish, then we might have a nice push to the upside. But till that, there's no much expecting from UJ. And very low risk. Now we had 2 wins already. We have 2 wins already, so there's no need for risking these profits, only a very small percentage. Now, is using currency strength matter reliable before making a trade? I don't think you should use that, because that only shows the current strength of the pairs, so it doesn't make much difference. I mean, you can maybe use as a confluence, but never base your trade on that currency strength matter. I think that would be wrong. Yeah, there's no need to watch UJ. It's gonna be pretty slow. May take ages. May take ages to GU and Euro New Zealand was very nice to start the Monday. Let me check. And even 10 pips move. Look how big the move should be for 10 pips. The range is pretty small on UJ. That's why we are able to use only 4 or 5 pips on UJ. Yeah, 10 pips would be amazing on UJ, but we'll see if it's gonna happen or not. Like I said, daily is rejecting, and it's not gonna be easy for price to continue all the way up again. I mean, we might have another try, but it's gonna be risky. It's gonna be hard. You go on the 4-hour, this is pretty strong support also. On the 4-hour, you see we had a lot of rejections. Lots of rejections from this level too. And now we're having this. This was the breakout candle. Now it's retesting to continue up, I think. But chances of being a fake out are higher, just because we got rejected from this daily resistance. I think this 4 hours should go bullish at least. Now 5-10 pips maybe. 10 pips would be pretty big, but I mean, we need at least 10. We'll see how it goes. If this goes bullish, then chances are higher to push up. What's your thoughts on gold? I don't trade gold, but we can take a look, why not? Do you see a pair of USD rub downward divergence? I never saw that pair. I don't even know what that pair is, so I don't use it. Let's take a look at gold, what's happening. Gold does a lot of fake outs. Now you can see how gold created small consolidation box, right? Made a small break and retest. Looks like it worked out. A small move, a breakout, a retest here. Now if it was back in the days, I would wait for a break of this resistance and a retest to continue up, or maybe a break and retest of this support. But as I've said a lot of times till now, gold is not the same as it used to be. When you look at these kind of candles, it makes you uncomfortable straight away. You don't want to be involved in these kind of moves. And these kind of moves are happening most of the time in gold. Look at these big candles. Most of the time you're having these kind of moves, which is not good for us. Gold, if you have a small account on gold, you can get burned really fast. So I wouldn't recommend you trading gold. You have a lot of different pairs, other pairs that you can trade, so why trading gold? There's no need. USD Cad is still coming. Maybe what we can do on USD Cad, since we're rejecting for our support, maybe if we break above, we can take a trade here. Why not? Since we're coming from a daily support too. Now once we break above, we see what happened most of the time here. Big rejections every time price came here. Now if we close above, we might see a nice bullish move here. Have to wait and see. just a matter of time. Okay, UJ is starting to move a bit. We'll see where it's gonna go. Thoughts on GJ buy potential? I think the ideal entry on UJ is this entry that I've done here. Maybe it could have been lower, but at that time I didn't want to take UJ. I was busy in different pairs. Now with GJ still has potential to continue up. There's still potential it can go up. If we break above this, a retest to continue up would be good. Why not? Okay, see, lots of rejections on this level. Lots of rejections. We had a small break and retest here. Then we had this small break and a retest here. Now, if this candle comes and closes back in the range above, makes a retest and continuation, why not? Think it can happen, but not gonna be involved in this. I think I'm gonna wait for New York session. Think New York session maybe bring us another setup, but for now it's not much. We already had like 2 trades, previous ones, and now UJ. We'll see how it goes. There is plenty of time. Euro New Zealand still pushing, very nice. Yeah, one position got survived, but most of them were closed, the runners I got, because I made another entry here when it pushed lower. First one was around here. Still going pretty nice, like we expected to fill this range. So this one looks like was the 4-hour retest. What about NZD CHF? Not gonna look at these pairs because I don't trade them. I mean, GA, just like we expected, a retest to continue up, but still at this resistance, so it's not safe to trade yet. GBP Aussie dollar. Let's take a look at GBP NZD. Okay. Okay, so GBP New Zealand is reaching this resistance pretty soon. I think pretty soon it's gonna come. So what we can do here is we can wait for a breakout to the upside and a retest. I think it's pretty good setup. It looks like a clean zone. Usually GBP NSD doesn't have clean setups like this. So I think it's very nice setup here. Very clean. We had a good breakout, a retest and continuation. Another one here, but price went all the way close below. Now if we get maybe this candle can be a bit tough, even though we still have 15 minutes on left. for a candle to close, but once it closes above a retest to continue, I think would be pretty good setup. What if GN rejects? Would you sell? No, I wouldn't. Why would I sell? It's not my style of trading. You know that I only wait for break and retest. Only break and retest. No selling resistance or buying support, because that's a risky way to trade it. USD ZAR. Usdchf is not good. I said before, it's not clear. It's not. I don't like Usdchf. Spread is too high. I mean, it looks good, but I don't trust it. I don't trust Usdchf. Said before. See, we had a break and retest here, but it took too long to develop. GJ might be good. Wait for this candle to close above a retest to continue up. Aussie dollar, nothing much, still at 4-hour resistance. As long as it stays below this, there's no trade. GU can still continue up. We have a range to fill. This range to fill, if it does, nothing clear for now. UJ pushing a bit, looks like it turned bullish. Maybe next candle should push up, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Yeah, for now only UJ, waiting for it. GBPUSD sell trade. No, it's not a sell trade. Check please USD. What is this pair? I don't know why you trade this pair. There's no information about this. Russian ruble. Wow. Why are you trading this? Please check. I have a feeling like that you are in sells, because you seem a bit worried. Why would you trade a pair that does have wicks like this? That's 3k pips here. Look at this. 1, 2, 3 candles. 2 candles. This is crazy. I wouldn't trade this. Never. What can I say here? It's nothing to say really. It's at resistance here. I mean, it might have a rejection, but man, this is too risky to trade. Don't know why you risk your account in these kind of pairs. I mean, you have a lot of different better pairs, safe pairs to trade. Can't say anything here. It's at resistance. It may reject, but it may also break and continue all the way up. Maybe make another wick like this. I mean, these pairs, this one, US dollar Russian ruble, US dollar Mexican pesos, US dollar ZAR. These are all pairs that shouldn't be traded. You guys shouldn't trade these kind of pairs. You just don't have information about these pairs. Okay, UJ is pushing. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna go for now. Thank you all for participating. If you found this stream helpful, give it a like, and for those that came late on the stream, you can go and rewatch the stream because we took some nice trades. Some good trades were taken today. Even though it was Monday, we took 2 wins. The third win is coming, still open. UJ is gonna take some time. But thank you all. Thank you guys. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow, same time, hopefully. And take care. Use good risk on your accession. Don't over risk. Don't over trade. Protect your profits. And thank you all. Have a nice day.